Good morning, campers. We're on Snoqualmie Pass. Specifically, we're somewhere around North Bend at the moment, heading towards Seattle on I-90. I want to talk about Star Wars because I saw Star Wars on opening night, Rise of Skywalker, and that's a popular thing right now, so we're going to talk about it because I have feelings. First off, disclaimer. Rolling the windows up because I realize I'm yelling. First off, disclaimer. I love Star Wars. I've enjoyed every Star Wars movie. I like Attack of the Clones. I like the Ewok Adventures. I like the Holiday Special. There's no such thing as a bad Star Wars movie, in my opinion. So I loved Rise of Skywalker. I also loved Last Jedi. So, you know, I don't know where I am on that, but that's apparently weird. I have some opinions on Rise of Skywalker. I felt like they could have done some stuff a little bit better. Opening with a huge exposition dump was a choice. Like the other two third acts in the trilogies, Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, both just jump you straight into the action without having to do much exposition. Like a lot of stuff happens between the movies, and they don't feel the need to explain it with anything more than the opening crawl. And I like that. I think that's great. Leave that huge gap of space between them for the novels to work out. That's fine. I love the novels. I read all of those as well. So, but yeah, I feel like they could have just like skipped the whole Palpatine exposition dump thing, and it would have been fine. I'd have loved to see them work in one of the messenger Sentinel droids from the expanded universe stuff. They appeared in what's it called? Battlefront 2. Like you can actually see some on screen in Battlefront 2 if you want an idea of what they actually look like. They were really cool. They're just robots with red robes and I don't need to move left. Why am I signaling left? They're just robots with red robes and Palpatine's face and voice. Which honestly, I thought they were going to do a bait and switch with this movie. I thought they were just going to have some of those droids in it and not actually have Palpatine back. So when they just start the whole movie off by having like, okay, no, here's Palpatine, he's really back. That was surprising to me, and that was kind of interesting. But like, I think they could have dragged that out as a surprise for later in the movie, and that would have been cool. Like they could have just thrown one of those messenger droids in right at the start, and that would have been like perfect for what J.J. Abrams kind of likes to do, where it's like, haha, we made you all think that Palpatine was back, but it's really just this droid that we're going to show right in the start of the movie. And then when Palpatine really was back later, that would have been like, oh, you almost got me, JJ. You got me. I also feel like the jar full of Snokes would have been like just a much funnier drop later in the movie. Like, yes, I made Snoke. I've got 4 more just like him. He sucks. I couldn't get the head right. We got Snokes for days over here in this jar. That was a fun reveal right there. So that, like, throwing that in right at the start felt like a little bit of a middle finger to the movie before it, but I'm not super bothered by it. Not super bothered by it. Like the more egregious middle finger to Last Jedi felt like making Rose Tico less important. Like, I liked her. I thought she was good in Last Jedi, and I wish she'd been more important in this movie. I'm of two minds about it. Like, I feel like if the actress wanted to be sidelined, just so that she got less crap out of this movie than she did for the last one, then, like, if that was her call, totally behind her on that. That's like, do that. Get out of the limelight. Like, just, if you don't want to be part of this anymore, you're in the contract, obviously. Like, be in the movie just to say you've been in the movie, but if you don't want to be, like, the front and center role you had before and get all that hate mail again, like, more power to you. But if that was, like, a choice made by the executives because of all the hate mail she got, then I'm a little bit annoyed. Like, if that was caving in, like, if that was the actress, like, I don't want to go through that again, then that's a good thing. Like, that's, you know, cool, more power to you. If that was the executives saying, oh, people didn't like you, we're not going to make you important anymore, then that sucks. So, like, I don't know the story behind it. Sorry. We might never know the story behind it, so I don't know. But on the whole, still really like the movie. All of the scenes on the wrecked Death Star were fantastic. There's a guy who's sitting next to me with his high beams on. And he's a jerk. All the scenes on the wrecked Death Star were fantastic. I really liked the evil version of Rey that appeared. That was cool. That was cool. Her lightsaber was really neat. The duel between her and Kylo Ren on the wreckage in like the crashing waves and everything was fantastic. It's one of my favorite set pieces from the entire saga. Loved every second of that. Leia, oh my gosh, poor Leia. I think they did the best they could have done with just using footage of Leia from Force Awakens that they hadn't used. Like, you know, it was going to be weird no matter what, and they did the best they could with it. But like the scene where she dies, I feel like if she'd still been alive to record new scenes, that would have been a moment where she appeared to Kylo Ren to try and bring him to the light side one last time before she died, using the same like force projection thing that Luke did and died at the end of Last Jedi. Nice little connection between those two movies, by the way. Like that. But as it is, I think it was a little bit weird that when she did that, it was Harrison Ford. It was Han that he saw. But I like that. Like in light of what happened, getting Harrison Ford back to do the movie, to do that scene where Carrie Fisher couldn't anymore. Oh, that was such a powerful moment, and I'm really glad they did that. It was you know, weird from a storytelling perspective, but as a fan of the movies and knowing that Harrison Ford didn't really want to be in anymore, but like they got him to do this and kept a lid on it until the movie was out. Oh, it made me happy. And it was a sad scene, and Harrison Ford did a fantastic job in the scene, especially ending it with his iconic Star Wars line. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I like that. And then that being the thing that killed Leia was, God, I hate the lip on the shoulder here. That being the thing that killed Leia was just very sad movie. But I also I'm trying to go fast because I don't know how much time I have to record because it keeps cutting me off. This is like the third time I tried to record this. I loved the whole final battle. That was really good. Loved seeing all the old Star Destroyers pop up again. Nice little bit of expanded universe tie-in there as well. Because at the end of the Chuck Wendig book, Empire's End, Chuck Wendig did a 3-part book series called Aftermath, and that ended with the Battle of Jakku. And at the end of that battle, the surviving Imperial forces go out into the unknown regions to join Thrawn and the Eclipse and form the fleet that eventually becomes the First Order, and apparently also the Final Order. Because the Eclipse, if you're not familiar, it's not been huge in the new novels, but the Eclipse was Palpatine's personal Super Star Destroyer in the old novels. And it was special because the Eclipse was a Star Destroyer with the Death Star cannon in it. So you can see why that's a nice little tie-in to the novels there, because they reveal that the Eclipse still exists in the expanded universe in Empire's End, and it was in the hands of the surviving Imperial fleet. And then, you know, however many years later, Final Order happens, and they have an entire fleet of Star Destroyers with Death Star cannons. An entire fleet of Eclipses. Oh, that was a nice tie together. I was really happy with that. It felt like a nice bow on that expanded universe novel that apparently most people, like, you don't have to read it before Rise of Skywalker, but if you did, you get a little more out of it, and that was cool. That was really cool. So I was super happy to see that. The whole final battle was really good. I liked the tag team, Rey and Ben fighting Palpatine. That was kind of neat. I thought the Knights of Ren were just kind of sad. They were sad and they didn't do much. And they're just like these poor emo Jedi boys that just get slaughtered. Like, I feel like their story could have been better, but apparently they look cool, so that's why they were in the movie. I don't know. But, like, having them as an excuse to have that moment where they pass the lightsaber through their weird force connection, that was really good. I love that. That was, good moment. And then, like, fast forward to the end of the movie. Turning out to have the movie be about the family that you choose, that you surround yourself with, like reinforcing the whole bloodlines don't freaking matter. It's about the family that you choose to surround yourself with. It's your chosen family that is important, and not the people who like gave birth to you. I'm such a sucker for that message. Like being trans, like chosen family is super important to LGBT folks. So I'm just like guaranteed to be susceptible to that is the theme of the movie. So I really liked that, and I'm very happy that that was hit on so heavily at the end. And of course, you know, the Force ghosts of Luke and Leia standing there was just like, good touch, good touch. I've seen some speculation that maybe Han was Force sensitive, and that was why he appeared as the Vision to Ben. But I feel like if that was what they were implying, they would have stuck Han in as a Force ghost at the end as well, and they didn't. So I'm assuming that's like them saying, no, that wasn't Han that was appearing as the projection. That was Leia did that. Like Leia dredged up the memory of Han for that moment because she knew that would affect Ben the most. My heart hurts for Leia. Like, it's such a sad movie. Like, just sending off Leia at that moment. But it was good. I really loved it. Great movie. But I obviously had some issues with it. I feel like the pacing at the start of the movie was all over the place. But I really loved the sequence, the light speed skipping sequence with the Falcon. That was really good. I liked Chewie being involved in everything. I like that there was the moment at the end where Chewie finally gets a medal. That was kind of neat. Love seeing Dennis Lawson back as Wedge. That was cool. Kind of sucks that they killed off Snap right before that, because Wedge is Snap's stepfather. So that was like a horrible moment that he should have maybe been around for. Like, if you're aware that they are connected, having Snap die and then Wedge show up immediately after and just be chipper as all get out is just weird. But I guess at that point he doesn't know Snap's dead, so whatever. Good to see Dennis Lawson back. I like Dennis Lawson. Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader, probably my favorite Star Wars game ever made, and features Dennis Lawson as the voice of Wedge the whole game, which is great. That's why I have a fondness for that actor, because he was a big part of my favorite Star Wars video game. But yeah, really glad to see the movie turned out good. I think it's a great bow on the entire saga, good tie-up, and just I'm so excited to see where they're going to go from here, where the next Star Wars stories are written. I'm glad they finally finished the story, and that space is going to be open for the novelists to jump into and play around in now that the movies, like that sequence of movies, are finished. Like, we know what happened. Let the novelists go out and play with it. I'm a little annoyed that the Rise of Skywalker novel won't be out for a couple more months, but I'm willing to wait for it because I bet it's going to be interesting. I want to find out exactly what went on with the whole Leia Force projection of Han in Ben's head thing. I want to know what happened there. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Elio Dare. You can find other videos of mine on this YouTube channel, or you can find me on Twitter at Elio Dare, also Instagram, Xbox Live, Steam, Nintendo Switch. If you want to play video games with me, I'm playing a lot of Pokemon at the moment, so if you friend me on Switch, I might pop up in a raid or something. I'll bring my Mew and you can like watch it in despair. I like my Mew. Thank you guys so much for watching, and also comment below the videos. I do read them all because I'm still a tiny YouTube channel. I do read all the comments, and I only delete a few. But you can also just contact me through Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time. So yeah, If you enjoyed the video, throw me a like. Let me know what parts of Rise of Skywalker you liked, what parts you didn't. Because I adore the whole movie, but obviously I'm biased because I love Star Wars. And I love every Star Wars movie, and I will love every Star Wars movie till the end of time.
Way station ahead.
Uh-oh, way station. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!